Hello everyone. Welcome to the next lecture on the CSR Net December 2025. Today I will explain you how you can solve the complex analysis questions. Myself Dr. Harishkar. You can follow my YouTube channel where you can find the complete solution of the CSR Net 2025 such as statistics, linear algebra, quadratic form, differential, complex analysis. This is a part B solution of the complex analysis and many more lecture in this playlist. You can follow and subscribe my YouTube channel. Now in this lecture I will explain you all those questions such as entire functions, zeros, real valued. This is a part C. Second question is related to the holomorphic functions and they are talking about the bounds. Third question is related to the entire functions and they are talking about the pole. Fourth question is related to the integrations. Fine, that is a residue. And the fifth question is related to the inner product. How you can solve all these 5 questions in a very simple manner. Fine. So before I start this video, I hope you can subscribe my YouTube channel and like this video. If you are new to my YouTube videos and you want to join with me through my WhatsApp group, you can scan and join this group. The only thing is you have to subscribe the channel and join free of cost. So let's start with the first questions. Read the statement very carefully. The given function f is sine square z plus cos square mod of z. Which of the following statement is my true? F is a real valued function. So clearly say sine square z is a complex value function. Fine. However, mod of z क्या होगा? It is always a real number. Fine. So cos square z is my real valued function, but sin z is a complex valued function, therefore f is a complex valued function, but he said real valued function. First option is cancel. Fine. Look at the second. F of z is 1. We all know sin square z plus cos square z, sin square z plus cos square z is 1 for all z. लेकिन यहाँ पे ट्विस्ट क्या है? The value of this angle, that is a z, must be same. This must be same. तो क्या ये यहाँ पे same है? This is the value of the z, while this is the modulus of z. Both the values are different. Both the values are different. So that means the sum sin square z and cos square z is not 1. F of z is not an entire function. Fine. Look at that. Sin of z is always an entire function for all z. Fine. Mod of z is also the entire functions for all those values of the z apart from the 0. But if you look about the domain, they are not talking about the c minus 0. Fine. So that means this value, this function is my not entire. That implies while sin square z is my entire. So what is the implies? That means the function is not entire. F has finitely many zeros on the imaginary axis. What is the imaginary axis? Z is iota y, where y is my real. Fine. Now if I substitute zeros, so that means f of z is my 0. Fine. If I substitute the value sin square iota y plus cos square, what is the modulus of the iota y is y. Fine. And we all know what is the value of the sine of iota y, which is iota times sine hyperbolic y. So if I substitute, iota square is a -1 minus sine hyperbolic square y plus cos square y is equal to 0. Fine. I can say cos square y, which is equal to sine hyperbolic square y. Now we can see cos y is my real number, is always the bounded function. Fine. Sine hyperbolic square y is my unbounded function. Fine. And because y is my real, that I can say value of is always less than 1, and what does it implies? This implies sine hyperbolic square y is always be less than 1. Fine. And it is a bounded, it has finite number of the zeros. Fine. It is a bounded, so that implies this has a finite number of the zeros. Fine. So that means the fourth option is the correct answers. Moreover, you can look at that in this manner also. If I define the function h of y is cos square y minus sine hyperbolic square y, then clearly say what is the value of the h of 0. Cos of 0 is 1, sine hyperbolic 0 is 0, that number is 1, which is my positive number. On the other hand, if I take I pi by 2, cos pi by 2 is my 0, sine hyperbolic pi by 2 is a positive number. Fine. Square is my positive, so that number is, which is always less than 0. What does it implies? So by the intermediate mean value theorem, there exists at least one c such that f of c is my 0. So that means definitely it has a finite number of the zeros. Look at the next one. Z is my unit disk. F is a mapping from unit disk to unit disk. And your target is to find the bounds. Your target is to find the upper bound. So which theorem or which result is applicable when you look about the bounds on the complex analysis? So there are the two theorems. One is called as the Schwarz lemma. Fine. And second is Schwarz-Pick lemma. Fine. Schwarz lemma and the Schwarz-Pick lemma. Now अब ये दोनों कब कब लगते हैं कब नहीं लगते. Schwarz lemma is applicable only when f of 0 is equal to 0 given. On the other hand, Schwarz-Pick lemma is applicable when f of a is equal to b given, where a and b are the any real numbers. Now if you look about this case, clearly say this number is my real but it is not a 0. That means Schwarz lemma is not applicable. Fine. So that means in this case we will apply the Schwarz-Pick lemma. And what is the result of the Schwarz-Pick lemma? What is the results of the Schwarz-Pick lemma? We all know once the Schwarz-Pick lemma apply, these are the two results. मैं बच्चों एक बार फिर आपको बता रहा हूँ. Schwarz-Pick lemma will provide you the only upper bound. Will provide you only as the upper bound. Fine. Only as the upper bound. So सबसे पहले डेरिवेटिव देखते हैं थर्ड एंड फोर्थ ऑप्शन में से. a कितना चाहिए आपको? माइनस हाफ. सो इफ आई चूज a इज माई माइनस हाफ, लेफ्ट हैंड साइड विल बी f डैश ऑफ माइनस हाफ, राइट हैंड साइड विल बी 1, f of minus half is 0, 1 minus 1 by 4, so that number will be 4 by 3, and 4 by 3 is my upper bound. So 4 by 3, that is the fourth option is the correct one. अब आप ये सोचो कि 1 by 2 is my 0.5 और ये 4 by it is also less than of the 4 by 3, तो ये सेटिस्फाइड हो जाना चाहिए, बट दैट ऑप्शन इज रॉन्ग. मैंने पहले बोला है ये आपका अपर बाउंड प्रोवाइड करता है. फाइन. इसका मतलब एफ डैश ऑफ माइनस हाफ, इसका मतलब आप एक ऐसा फंक्शन बना सकते हो फाइन जो इस कंडीशन को सेटिस्फाइड करे और साथ में ही उसका डेरिवेटिव क्या हो जाए 0.5. जैसे मैंने एक फंक्शन बना दे रहा हूँ आपको. लुक एट दैट. लेट्स से 0.7 जेड माइनस हाफ. ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाइड करगी. इज इट फ्रॉम दी 1 to 1? फाइन. यूनिट डिस्क से यूनिट डिस्क है. इसका एफ डैश कितना आया? 0.7. Then what is the value of the f dash of minus half? Again the 0.7, and it is not satisfied 1 by 2. Fine. तो मैंने आपके थ्योरी लेक्चर में भी आपको ये बताया है, Schwarz-Pick lemma हो चाहे Schwarz lemma हो, that will only provide you the upper bound. इससे लो वाले बाउंड को सेटिस्फाई नहीं कर सकते आप भी. फाइन. लाइक हियर इस एग्जाम्पल से आप इसे प्रूव कर सकते हो ना कि दैट नंबर इज दैट. हाँ, ये हो सकता है कि ये इस कंडीशन को सेटिस्फाइड ना करता हो. फाइन. आप एक ऐसा नंबर बना सकते हो f इज a z -1 फाइन सच दैट इट मैप फ्रॉम दी एफ ऑफ यूनिट डिस्क टू यूनिट डिस्क। आप बना सकते हो इसमें जिसमें ये कंडीशन सेटिस्फाइड ना हो। चलिए, कहने का मेन मतलब है दैट मीन्स द Schwarz peak lemma will provide you the upper bound, but 1/2 is not the upper bound. चलिए, look at the first and second options. Your target is to find the f, so I can choose z is -1/5 and a is my -1/2. So if you substitute in this case, that will be f of -1/5. F of -1/2 is 0 divided by 1 minus 0 is 1, which is less than equal to -1/5 minus plus divided by 1 minus 1/10. So that number will be 3/10 and it is 9/10. That will provide you the 1/3 as the upper bound. Fine. So 1/3, that's the second is the upper bound. Again you can see 1/5 is less than 1/3, पर ये upper bound नहीं है आपका. That's why this option is cancelled. B and D are the right answer of the problem. Look at the next one. F of z is the entire function. What is the meaning of the entire function? You can choose any entire functions like a constant functions, sine of z, e raised to power z and so on. Fine. Such that g is equal to f minus 1/z. Another way, अगर आपका f entire function है, then you can write in the polynomial series. Fine. Then which of the following statement is true, necessary true? The function g has a pole. What is the definition of the pole is? When you take limit as x approaches 0, if it comes to the infinity, then we call as the pole. Fine. Now you can see, अगर मैं f की वैल्यू को इन जर्नल इस फॉर्म में लिख देता हूं. Fine. Now what will happen if you take limit as z approaches 0? The first part will be 0, then it goes to the minus infinity. Yes, z is equal to 0 is my pole. First answer is correct. Fine. अगर ये pole है, then you can also find the residue of the g at z is equal to 0. तो हालांकि पूछा नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी अगर चले डिस्कशन कर लेते हैं. अगर ये इसका रेजिड्यू कितना होगा? रेजिड्यू मीन्स द कोफिशिएंट ऑफ 1/z. तो इसमें कोफिशिएंट कितना है 1/z का? -1. ठीक है. चलिए, एनी हाउ लुक एट द सेकेंड ऑप्शंस. g ऑफ अल्फा इज 0, देन अल्फा कैन नेवर बी 1. फाइन. तो आप g को एक कांस्टेंट फंक्शन ले लेते हैं, सॉरी f को कांस्टेंट ले लो. फाइन. देन क्लियरली से g of 1 is 0. What does it means? Alpha will be my 1, but he said alpha can never be 1. Second option is cancel. G has finitely many zeros. तो आप इसमें से कोई देखिए इंटायर फंक्शन जिसके infinitely many zeros हो. e raised to power z has infinitely many zeros, or you can choose f is sin z. Then definitely it has infinitely many zeros. Third option is also cancel out. Fourth options, your target is to find the absolute value of the g on the unit circle. So f minus 1/z. Fine. Now your target is to find the upper bound, lower bound, sorry. Fine. अब इसके ऊपर रिजल्ट कैसा लगा सकते हो आप? You can write like this manner. ये तो रिजल्ट है ना आपका. So ये तो आपका 1 हो गया. Fine. That will be 1 minus of 1, but whether it's a greater than 1, that depending upon the nature of the f. Fine. तो आप f, because f is entire, so you have to expand the series and get the answer. Otherwise, because this function is entire, fine, तो मैं इस रेजिड्यू का यूज कर सकता हूं. What is the integration of the g? मैं इसको यहां पे लिखता हूं. Integration of the g over the unit circle कितना आएगा? 2 pi iota into रेजिड्यू ऑफ द g. फाइन. तो रेजिड्यू ऑफ द g हमने कितना निकाला है? -1. सो दैट नंबर इज माई -1. फाइन. नाउ अब आपका टारगेट क्या है गिवन स्टेटमेंट में? मॉडुलस निकालना. सो आई कैन टेकन द मॉडुलस वैल्यू बोथ साइड. फाइन. So I can write this, what is the 2 pi iota minus 1 modulus is 2 pi, and we all knows what is the integration of, it is always be less than of integration of this value. Fine. So I can write this number is integration is outside over the unit circle g of z into d of z. Fine. And because I need a maximum, that number is also less than of maximum of gz. लिख सकता हूं ना इसे. Fine. Now if I choose k is my maximum of gz over the unit circle, तो ये नंबर आपका कितना होगा, दैट्स ए कांस्टेंट नंबर. आई कैन राइट दिस नंबर इज आउटसाइड इंटीग्रेशन. फाइन. तो ये क्या है आपके पास, दिस इज द लेंथ ऑफ द सर्कल. फाइन. और सर्कमफ्रेंस ऑफ द सर्कल, दैट इज माई 2 पाई r. Radius is my 1. So left hand side will be 2 pi. So what does it implies? This implies k must be greater than equal to 1. So that means k is my nothing but maximum value. Hence the fourth option is also the correct option. A and D are the right answer of the problem. Clear? Okay, look at the next one. Let t belongs to the 0 to 2 pi. So this is my unit circle, radius is 1, center is 0, is again the unit circle with the center is minus 1 minus iota is less than 1. Then your target is to calculate the residue of the function z into sin z. Fine. So residue निकाल लेते हैं सिंपल. sin z की सीरीज क्या होगी, z minus z cube by 3 factorial and so on. Now if I multiply by z, it is sin z square into 1 minus z square divided by 3 factorial. मैंने z कॉमन भी ले लिया and so on. Fine. Now you can take as a 1 over. Fine. I can take as a reciprocal. So that will be 1 over. Fine. This is 1 over z square and it is minus 1. Now you can expand the series by using the binomial because z is my less than 1. So it is 1 plus z square over 3 factorial and so on. So that is my f of z. So now can you find the residue of the function f at the point 0? What is the meaning of that? That means your target is to find the coefficient of 1 by z. So in this series, can you find any coefficient 1 by z? No, residue is my 0. Therefore, moreover, you can also say z is equal to 0 is my double pole. फाइन. ऑल्दो यहाँ पे किसी पे पोल के बारे में नहीं पूछा. फाइन. लेकिन जैसे पिछले क्वेश्चन में आपसे पूछा था ना कि ये पोल है कि नहीं है. फाइन. अगर यहाँ पे पूछा जाता बट z is equal to 0 इज अ डबल पोल. यहाँ तक क्लियर हो गया. नाउ यू कैन सी what is the answer over the gamma 1, what is the answer of the gamma 2. फाइन. अब सिर्फ आपको ये देखना है क्या ये 0 आपका इस सर्कल में लाई करता है कि नहीं. ओवर द सर्कल गामा 1, यस इट लाइज. तो आपका आंसर कितना हो जाएगा, 2 पाई आयोटा इंटू रेजिड्यू. रेजिड्यू इज माई 0. सो इज 0. फर्स्ट ऑप्शन करेक्ट. ओवर द गामा 1 2 पाई आयोटा कैंसल. लुक एट द सेकेंड वन. इट्स 2 पाई आयोटा into residue, whether the 0 lies in this or not. So you can see 0 minus 1 minus iota, is it a less than 1? No, because you can see what is the modulus value, it can never be less than 1. So that means over the gamma 2 f is my entire functions, and once the function is entire, residue is my 0. Answer is again 0. So A and D are the right answer of the problem. Look at the last one. N is greater than equal to 3. I can choose n is my 3. Is a 3 cross 3 matrix. Inner product is defined. WK is a collection of all those matrix of the 3. K आपका हो गया 0 to 3 such that for all B with the rank K. So B is the matrix whose rank is my key. Clear? So let's start with the first one, W0. That means K is equal to 0. If K is equal to 0, then according to the definition, B is the matrix whose rank is 0. तो कैसी मैट्रिक्स होगी जिसका रैंक 0 है? B is nothing but my 0. Fine. So as per the given definition, A, 0 is my 0. What is my A? A is my any matrix. Fine. So that is nothing but my M and C. A कोई भी मैट्रिक्स हो सकती है ना आपकी. A will be 1, 1, 0. ये भी हो सकती है आपकी. Fine. So A can be any matrix because inner product will be 0. One of the element is 0, then it can be any matrix. So इसका मतलब W0 क्या 0 मैट्रिक्स है as per the given statement? No. तो फर्स्ट ऑप्शन आपका कैंसिल हो गया. फाइन. नाउ लुक एट द सेकेंड ऑप्शन. सेकेंड ऑप्शन क्या कह रहा है? W1, K is my 1, B is a matrix उफ रैंक इज 1. तो रैंक 1 वाली मैट्रिक्स कैसी होगी? इट मे बी 1, 1, 1, ये हो सकती है मैट्रिक्स. और कोई मैट्रिक्स हो सकती है. इट मे बी 1, 0, 0, इट इज़ ऑल्सो पॉसिबल. और कोई और पॉसिबल वे, इट मे बी 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, इट ऑल्सो हैज़ अ रैंक 1 एंड सो ऑन. इज इट ओके? बिकॉज दे आर टॉकिंग अबाउट फॉर ऑल बी. सारी मैट्रिक्स लीजिए जिसका रैंक 1 है. यू कैन नेवर टेक ओनली एज ए 1 मैट्रिक्स. यू हैव टू कंसिडर all the matrix. Fine. So rank 1 होना चाहिए. So if I consider the 1 matrix, fine. तो मैं ऐसा कर लेता हूं, ऐसा ले लेते हैं, एक मैट्रिक्स को ले लेते हैं B को जिसकी I एंड Jth पोजीशन पे एलिमेंट 1 हो. मतलब जैसे ये है आपका, सिर्फ इस पे 1 हो, बाकी सब पे 0. सेकेंड नंबर पे 1 हो एंड देन सो ऑन. इट विल बी 1 at the ith jth position. Fine. Otherwise 0. Clear? Now fine. अब आप देखिए, तो मैंने B मैट्रिक्स क्या ले ली? Any matrix whose ith jth position is 1. So now what is the A? A आपके पास क्या है? 3x3 मैट्रिक्स. यहाँ पॉइंट्स को समझने की जरूरत है आपके पास. फाइन. एंड A3, 3. देखिए, इस मैट्रिक्स को मैं ऐसा लिख सकता हूँ, A11 ऑफ B11 प्लस A12 ऑफ B12 एंड सो ऑन. वाई? B11 की मैट्रिक्स क्या थी? B11 की मैट्रिक्स क्या थी? जिसके 1 एंड 1 पोजीशन पे 1 है, बाकी सब पे 0 है. फाइन. B12 की मैट्रिक्स क्या थी आपकी? दैट इज जिसकी 1, 2 पे वैल्यू 1 है, बाकी सब पे वैल्यू 0 है एंड सो ऑन. एंड लास्ट में A33 ऑफ B33. ये आपका मैट्रिक्स हो गया A. इज इट ओके? यहां तक कोई डाउट किसी को? लिख सकते हैं. बेसिकली यू कैन राइट एज ए लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशंस ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स B. और ये ऑब्वियस है बिकॉज अगर इसका रैंक है, रैंक मीन्स डायमेंशन, डायमेंशन से आप स्पैन पे जोड़ सकते हो आप उसे. दैट इज अ लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन से लिख सकते हो ना आप उसे, बेसिस से. सो दैट इज अ मीनिंग ऑफ दैट. क्लियर? यहां तक क्लियर हो गया? अब आप देखो इसको प्रूफ और डिसप्रूफ कैसे करेंगे. नाउ बाय द डेफिनेशन A, B इज माई 0. अब आप इनर प्रोडक्ट से साथ करते हैं, तो इसको मैं B मतलब Bij. तो अगर मैं पहली वैल्यू लिखूं, इट्स A11 इनर प्रोडक्ट ऑफ B11 Bij प्लस A12 B12 एंड Bij प्लस एंड सॉन, लास्ट में 0. तो आप यहीं से देख लीजिए, B11 इसको किसी भी मैट्रिक्स Ij से मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो 1 कब आएगा? वेन एवर I एंड J मस्ट बी सेम. फाइन. और वी ऑल नोस A एंड A. फाइन. तभी ये 1 आपके पास मैट्रिक्स आएगी. दैट मीन्स यू कैन से in general, if I say this number is my Ij, ये समेशन Ij के साथ चल रहा है, Ij Bij कॉमा Bij. फाइन. तो इसका मतलब आपके पास क्या होगा? Aij मस्ट बी 0 बिकॉज ये वैल्यू आपकी कितनी हो जाएगी, दिस वैल्यू विल बी 1, so that will be aij is 0. अगर aij 0 है for all I and j, what is the matrix A? A will be 0. So if A will be 0, yes, W1 is my 0 is the correct answer. Look at the third part. K is equal to 2. A matrix whose rank is 2. फिर से rank 2 कैसे बन सकता है, 1 1, ये मैट्रिक्स रैंक 2 बन गया, फाइन, और 1 0 0 0 1 0 ये रैंक 2 बन गया, एंड सो ऑन, फाइन. सो रैंक 2 है, दैट मीन्स यू कैन राइट एज डायमेंशन इज 2, यू कैन राइट एज ए लीनियर कॉम्बिनेशन. सो अगेन आई कैन राइट एज ए आई जे ऑफ द बी आई जे, वेयर बी आई जे में ऐसा ले लेंगे जहाँ पे फर्स्ट रो ith रो और jth कॉलम पे किसी एक पे वैल्यू 1 होगी. सो विच अगेन implies aij is 0 for all ij. Again it implies as here. Wn, W3, B, because n I have taken 3, so that means B is my full matrix. Fine. So अगर B आपकी full matrix है तो ये 0 होने के लिए आपको A को 0 ही होना पड़ेगा, because B is my full matrix rank. Is it okay? So that means A must be 0, therefore Wn is also 0. So the right options of this problem is B, C and D are the right answer of the problem. So these are my observations that these are the answers of these problems, because I never see the exact answers. So you can tell me if you feel any question I have wrongly solved. Let me know so that we can discuss in more details. I hope you have enjoyed these sessions. You can like and comment on this video as well. You can scan and join my WhatsApp group if you are interested. I will upload the next part very soon. Till then, you can share this video with your friends. Happy learning, students. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. Goodbye.